crossing the St. Lawrence River this morning on an old bridge, and here's a new bridge that's under construction, as is half of Montreal under construction. It's an even older bridge. Here's the bridge we're on, and there's the new one. There's some more farmland. Nice big barn and silos over there. About 1:30, we spotted this nice looking little restaurant. We both had the French onion soup, which was delicious. Then Stu had a club sandwich and fries, and I had a fabulous seafood casserole. Then we drove back to Montreal, which was about 30 miles. This is the eastern end of Montreal, and there's the St. Lawrence River, and that bridge that we just came over, and Molson Brewery. They make beer. From the clock tower, the symbol of Montreal, there is some big event going on down here. Couldn't even get into the parking lot. There's a zip line down there and a whole bunch of amusement rides for kids. We then drove around Mount Royal. It's this huge park overlooking the city of Montreal. Driving was tricky, and I don't know why I don't have any pictures, but I found this one online. We're in Quebec now, Quebec City, and over here we have soccer grounds. This is the Plains of Abraham, where the British and the French fought for control of Quebec, and the British won, but they kind of forget that part around here. Here's a few cannon for decoration. We're looking out over the St. Lawrence River, and I guess the British were attacking the French up here on the hills, and in the distance is today's Quebec City. Earl Grey Terrace, named in grateful remembrance of the Right Honorable Albert Henry George, 4th Earl Grey, Governor General of the Dominion of Canada from 1904 to 1911. He didn't have anything to do with the fight between the British and the French in the 1700s. Plains of Abraham are now playing fields. Much nicer. This monument has been erected on what is thought to be the place where General James Wolfe died from 3 wounds received at the Battle of the Plains of Abraham on the 13th of September 1759 during the 7 Years' War. Major General James Wolfe was Britain's most decorated military hero of the 18th century. His victory over the French at Quebec resulted in the unification of Canada and the American colonies under the British Crown. You can barely see the St. Lawrence River down there, and so there's steep cliffs. And here, these are steep cliffs too, and more on up here. The French never thought the British would attack up these cliffs, but they were wrong. Today, there's joggers and bikers and picnickers. Much nicer. Lots of dandelions here in the lawn. Actually, I understand we should leave our dandelions growing in the lawn. Along the edge of the St. Lawrence River, looking up at the cliffs. I don't know if this is where the British attacked, but somewhere along here.
I guess straight or right?
These hillsides are covered with shale, along with leaves and stuff, make it real difficult to climb. They've netted these hillsides today, keep the shale from falling down on passing cars. Here's a good view of the St. Lawrence River. The water level's pretty low. The Boulevard Champlain goes along the waterfront. This is a garden that evokes the intimate atmosphere of the river when it's foggy. The occasional diffusion of fog layers envelops a space of mystery. Pebble-covered soil emerges from large rocks reminiscent of erratic blocks left by glaciers. Here we are looking out at the St. Lawrence River. If it was along the coast, I would say the tide is out. And maybe it does have tidal influence. Here's the modern section of Quebec City. We're more interested in the old section. Oops. We are back in the tourist area. On the right, we have the Zandam Holland America ship that we've been on. We saw it in Montreal. We did not see it get here, but it came down the St. Lawrence River, and there it is. Probably a couple thousand people that hopefully will be leaving this evening. Nifty little car. There's St. Patrick's Pub, a whole bunch of other places. Definitely the tourist area. This is a big fancy hotel, Chateau Frontenac, which is now a Fairmont hotel. It is not where we're staying. 1640. I wonder if that's when the building was originally built. To see Palace Royal in Quebec City. This is not where I thought we were going to be, but it'll do. Here's the view from our hotel window overlooking the old town where I thought we were staying, but we are a short walk away. And here's what it looks like at night. Quite pretty.